So everyone, this is Blackblood Raven, and I'm going to be doing another deck profile today. This will be the third of my 6 decks that I'm going to be posting, and today will be a Royal Paladin. So we're going to do this backwards today, just because I feel like it. So the starter is Wingo Brave. You want to search for Majesty as quickly as possible, and there aren't really any of these starters that work well with Majesty Lord Blaster except Wingo Brave. Speaking of which, for Majesty Lord Blaster, I found this card to be really, really fun. This deck, well, this card is actually pretty good now if you go first, because you still have that chance to do that 23k line. It's still a good early game pressure card, and it helps build up to make your Great Fours even that much more dangerous. So then I play 4th Thingsaber Dragon. I know this is kind of weird, but I play this as my game finisher. Like, if my opponent manages to survive my Soul Saviors, I just kind of have this. It's like, if I have the Counter Blast, or if the situation is right, I'll just ride into Thingsaber and just go, okay, attack, 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 attack. Well, for those of you who don't know what Thingsaber does is, it's Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 3, and discard 2 cards from your hand. After this unit attacks, you can take a copy of Thingsaber from the deck, Superior Ride it, and then Superior Legion. And then you can attack again, and you can do that multiple times in a turn. I don't like that card, but it's the best grade 2 I could find to play. So next we have 2 copies of Blaster Blade Seeker. Gotta play it since I'm playing Thingsaber. Then 2 Knight of Loyalty. Now, the reason I'm playing Knight of Loyalty is more or less because I need more grade 2s that are pressure cards, because I lose 2 cards when I use Majesty's ability. So, if I draw these, it's good, because I can just keep them in the rear guard, and they're good combo with pressure. They're 17k by themselves with Soul Savior's ability. And obvious, since I am playing Majesty Lord Blaster, I gotta play the 4 Blaster Dark, 4 Blaster Blade. So for the grade 1s, I play 2 Little Sage Marin. Basically, I use Marin as, it's a good booster. There's really not much else I can play. I can't use any of the Seekers, because a lot of them require Seeker Vanguards. So that causes problems. But I just find 2 Marin to be good. 3 Lake Maiden Lien. Card filter, dump cards I don't need, triggers, so I can send them back with Thingsaber when I go to go for the Legion. Help me dig through to get to my other grade 2s, and it's just a good solid card in general. Then we have 4 Stride Fodder. I like guaranteeing that I'm going to be able to stride every turn that I can. So I like this at 4. And then obvious 4 Perfect Guards. Very basic 4 Perfect Guards in every deck. I don't play the Unflipper Perfect Guard, because I don't have the Unflipper Perfect Guard. So for triggers, I play 4 Draw, 4 Heal, and 8 Crits. Now for the grade 4s, this is where things get interesting. To start, I play 4 Saint's Blow Dragon. Saint's Blow is basically, I'm going to be completely honest, I was originally going to put Gablades in this, but I didn't have Gablades, and I just have Saint's Blows. So I find Saint's Blow to actually be a good card in general, because if I just need that chance and I know that my opponent doesn't have a perfect card, I'm like, extra crits, go! So that's the reason I play Saint's Blow. Then we have 4 Holy Religious Dragon Soul Savior. If you have a heart that has Blaster in its name, Counter Blast 1 Persona Flip, and you give 3 units plus 5k. If you have, I think it's 2 units with Blaster in its name in the Soul, this card gains a crit. This card is really, really good. It's an extremely strong pressure card, and it's just a great card in general. Now, I'm going to talk more about how I feel about this deck, like, face-to-face with you guys. I don't consider this deck to be competitive at all. Now, a lot of people wonder why. It doesn't flow correctly, is something that probably doesn't make sense at first. But the reason I say this deck doesn't flow correctly is because I don't have the proper cards that I would need. I don't have cards that help me search out blasters more, and I can't really affect the ratio because then I keep getting ass hands. So that's how that is. I know this has been a shorter deck profile, but a lot of these are older cards, or cards that have been out for a good bit already, so I didn't feel the need to go into as much detail as I normally would. So, I've been your host, Blackbird Raven. I hope you have all enjoyed this deck profile, and I will see you all in my next video.